Howdy race fans, Rob here for Shake and Bake Motorsport. And as I'm getting ready to do some upgrades to my sim rig, I thought now might be a good opportunity to do a quick and dirty product review of the rig itself, which is the Obutto Ozone gaming cockpit. As a side effect of the pending upgrades, please ignore the rat's nest of wires all over this video. I promise I'll get it all tidied up again once I'm done. And I'll talk about those upgrades at the end of the video. The Obutto Ozone is a tubular steel rig that holds a fully adjustable racing seat, which it comes with, and a platform for pedals, a platform for a wheel or a flight yoke, a monitor stand, and various accessories that screw into the rails below the seat for things like a keyboard and mouse tray, shifters, flight sticks, flight throttles, stuff like that. The rig, once fully assembled, is all one piece, with several bits being adjustable via various screw-in knobs for things like monitor height, height of the wheel platform, and stuff like that. The platform is pretty solid, and it's got acceptable flex and transmission of vibration. The good thing is the Ozone comes in at $400 US, and thus is a pretty affordable setup if you're coming up from a temporary rig affixed to a desk, or one of those standalone wheel stand things. Do you really need a dedicated rig in order to sim race? No. I used my Logitech G29 setup clamped to a desk for quite a while. However, if you're looking for the next step in realism and perhaps a tenth or two on lap times, a solid rig is really the first piece of gear I'd consider investing in, because it forms the base upon which all your other upgrades are eventually going to go, and some of which absolutely require you to have a very solid rig to even be usable, things like direct drives. So why the Ozone? Well, honestly, my thought process was a little different when I purchased it than it is now. I thought that I'd be splitting my time between sim racing and doing flight or space sims. So I really wanted something that would be configurable enough to be able to switch between those two roles easily, and the Ozone seemed like the best thing on the market to fill that need. In addition, I'm lazy, and I don't feel like hacking my own thing from scratch. I wanted something pre-built that I could just assemble and go. As it turns out, all I'm doing is sim racing on it, and in some traditional keyboard and mouse games, so the dual purpose ended up not being a big deal. But it still works great for sim racing. Am I happy with it? Yes. Would I buy it again? No. So, sort of mixed feelings here. It performs as a sim rig just fine, and I only have minor gripes about it. The wheel platform flexes a bit more than I would like, and I suspect that's probably only going to get worse with a direct drive wheelbase. The keyboard and mouse tray is annoying. I have to push the seat all the way back in order to be able to swing the tray over my lap with any clearance, and barely any clearance at that. If I adjust the tray any higher than it is, then it collides with the tubes holding the wheel platform, so you can't move it out of the way. And the last thing I want to be doing is constantly adjusting the height of the tray. I wouldn't buy it again, though. I think a slotted aluminum, sometimes called an 80/20 rig, those are the way to go for a dedicated sim racing rig. Way more solid, and more importantly, almost infinitely more customizable. As a streamer, I want to mount things like microphone booms and stream decks and lights. And with all of the toys and connectors you can mess with on an 80/20 rig, those types of issues are easily solvable. It's a lot harder to affix things to this tubular frame that Obutto didn't anticipate someone needing. So what upgrades am I working on? Well, I've purchased Obutto's triple monitor upgrade to the Ozone, so I'll be moving from a single 32-inch to triple 27-inch monitors with a bezel delete kit. As an example of the customization problems that I spoke of earlier, I want to actually run 4 monitors with a 4th up above the triples to my monitor, or to my triple monitors, so that I can look at stream and I can monitor chat and that sort of thing. But Obutto doesn't make any such things, so I'm having to scour the hardware store to try to hack together some semblance of parts that'll let me do that. And I'll post some updates once that's done. But I've also pre-ordered the Fanatec CSL DD, and once that arrives, I'll be mounting that as well. That's it for today. I hope you found this helpful, and you have a great holiday weekend. Shake and bake!